Mm-hmm.
I'm in my purple room and shit.
Purple room.
It is purple. Look, you don't know color, sir.
I'm wearing purple. What you talking?
First of all, this is called lavender. Lavender. You see? Lavender. It's
Lavender.
purple. I'm sick of your shit already.
I just got
Already.
here. I just got here. Come on now.
I'm already sick of it. Magnificent bastard.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bullshit.
TPrettyP.
Bullshit.
Appreciate you.
What you sipping on?
Oh, this is just V8. It's drinking V8 and I'm drinking some water. That's all.
To hit that melon head could add a V8.
Let me get my
So did you
grid
finish
view on.
watching? Did you
I
finish
literally
watching?
just finished the movie.
That figures.
What the figures?
Yeah, that figures.
Why does that figure?
Because, people either wait until the last second, or there's other people like myself who watch things way ahead of time.
I wanted it to be right fresh in my mind when we started to talk about it.
I guess I saw something that you said that you were building a theory of some sort.
None of the movie happened. Like, it happened, but none of it was in the real world. Literally none of it.
Yeah.
Like, the whole movie was never in the real world.
Yep.
And like, I think the whole movie was just like maybe some like sleep therapy for him to get over everything that happened. Because that's what it feels like.
Pretty much.
Because I had never noticed this, but in the beginning, when they're showing Ellen Page around, and he's like she's like changing his dream around, and like the projections were getting all like aggro. And she was like, "What are they doing?" And he was like,
"Wake me up!"
He's like, "They're noticing that you're changing my dream." And she said, "So they're gonna attack us?" He said, "No, they're gonna attack you. Because it's my dream."
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning of the movie, when they're in the other guy's dream, Sato, I think his name was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, this is my carpet, but it's not the way it's supposed to be. So that means I'm in my dream." And then the first architect, the younger guy who they like basically fire because he wasn't that good, he was like, "No, we're not in your dream. We're in mine."
Mm-hmm.
If he was in his own dream, those projections wouldn't have attacked him.
Right.
It gives the movie away at the beginning of the movie, and I never even noticed it until today.
Well, also it's a foreshadowing, because then you see at the very beginning the camera trick where he's looking at Soto, and Soto was an old man, but then he switched the camera, and then he's a young man.
Right.
And then it comes all the way back to that same part where they're both talking and sitting at the.
But yeah, nobody in the movie was real except for Leo DiCaprio, and all of this was just. It seemed like it was just all dream therapy for him to either get over what happened to his wife, or maybe nothing happened to his wife. Maybe they just got divorced, and he's like trying to get past that in his own head.
I still believe that she killed herself. There was because I don't just watch the movie. Like, when I get obsessed with a movie, I watch like movie reviews and all types of shit. And the whole Robin's egg thing. Certain parts of the movie you'll see where he still has his wedding ring on, and then in other parts it's not there. So it's kind of like you think that the totem is the actual like the spinning top, but I feel like it's the wedding ring.
I don't think the totem is the wedding ring. I mean, I don't think the wedding ring is a totem either, because I don't think we ever see him in actual reality. I'm saying every single scene isn't in reality. It's all dreams.
Well, then what level of dream are they in when they're actually setting up the the shared dream.
Like the heist thing?
Yeah.
I just think that's his regular dream. I think that's just his regular dream. I think he's building a story about him going back to work, doing his job to distract from the therapeutic aspect of what he's doing. Because if he focuses on the therapeutic aspect, he won't actually get the closure or actually get the therapy. Because there are so many questions that characters ask him that like you would hear your therapist ask you in like a therapist session.
Oh yeah, Ellen Page is like nothing but questions the whole damn time.
And that's exactly where I'm going with this. So her name is Ariadne, right? Do you know the significance of her name?
I mean, I learned it this afternoon when I watched the video.
Greek myths, she helps Theseus get through the maze.
Mm-hmm.
She's helping him get through the maze that is possibly depression. She's his therapist.
Yeah, I could see that.
She's giving him the weapons to deal with whatever happened.
And then at one point she shot someone. She said, "What are you doing?" "I'm improvising."
And I think like that, because her name is so blatantly weird. Like, how many people name their kids that?
I mean, we could go into those theories, but you know.
But yeah, but so that's why I'm like, oh, that's what's happening here. Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's not real. Tom Hardy, he's not real. These are just different tools she's helping him use to get through therapy, like to deal with either a loss of some sort. I don't know if she's actually dead or if there was possibly like they just got divorced and he's like trying to deal with it in therapy because he's like, will I ever see my kids again?
So then with that theory in mind, then when he finally actually sees the kid's face, is he in reality?
That's not, I don't think, like I said, I don't think any of the movie's reality. I think that is acceptance of what happened. Like that's him reaching a breakthrough in his therapy.
So do you even think that part's real, or all of it's just dream?
The whole movie is dream. The whole movie is dream because the whole movie is allegorically a representation for therapy.
I could see that.
Because I think Tom Hardy, it represents like the things that you do to yourself when you like lie to yourself. That's why he's the forger. Like sometimes you lie to yourself and sometimes you want to see reality a certain way. He represents that. But I think she needed to make him see it in like manifestations of beings so he can learn what he's doing to himself so he can actually have a breakthrough.
So then what is all the things behind the kicks? Are we just not going through the levels of dreams then? Or is it still, are we still going through the levels of dreams with the kicks?
Yes, I think you're still going through levels of dreams, but I think the top first level of the dream is the whole movie itself. So everything that you're supposed to think is reality, like him meeting Ellen Page and starting that. I think that is the base layer of the dream. Like that's top. Like that's final dream layer.
So when he goes through all the checkpoints after everything that's happened, he wakes up in the plane and then he starts going through the checks. The guy, I forget what his name is. The guy that takes him from the airport to his house. It's supposed to be an uncle or something, or
Michael Caine?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's just back to that base layer of what we think is reality, but is just
so it got him. So basically, we got him all the way back to the base of his dream. So then, what is the significance then of his talk with Soto? Because that's what started it before he woke up. Because Soto started to grab the gun that was sitting beside him.
Right. Because I watch it just now and I still forget why was he grabbing the gun?
There was something else that was sitting beside him. I think the totem was sitting beside him, and then the gun, and he started to reach for the gun, and then Leonardo's character wakes up.
I think that's again a representation of like the things that you could do and why you choose not to do them, because that goes back to when they go down into that like that crack den for sleep. Like I think that is a part of his subconscious that represents like this is what you could become if you stay in this like depression of whatever happened between you and your wife. This could be
So
you.
then,
And
so
when
then
that
why
guy
did the
is
guy?
like,
Yeah, I was about to say, why did the guy say they come here to wake up?
that's him talking to himself. He's like, he's like, they come here to wake up, but he's trying to tell himself like the most important thing is waking up. Like you keep coming here to go back to sleep. You keep coming to these things to try to deal with a problem, but you need to confront it. So you have to go deeper in your dreams to confront it so you can wake up finally.
I still think there's some level of reality there, but I follow your theory.
Like I said, it's
But
still a
I still
messy
think
theory.
there's some.
I probably have to watch it again just to like
That's
smooth
why I love
out.
this fucking movie. You
It's a
cannot
good movie.
you cannot just watch it once. You have to watch it several thousand times.
Have you been able to see Tenet?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I don't even know what the baseline it is about per se.
you don't even need to. You don't even need
Just
to.
why you just
Because
kind of watch it.
you just watch it and you still kind of won't know. But
Is it something like this or the Matrix or some shit?
it's more like this than the Matrix.
Okay.
It's more like this than the Matrix, but this is more like the Matrix itself. He does this shit weird. That's another thing to rewatch with a different head on your shoulders, because if you rewatch the Matrix, like understanding that the Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters, and watch that movie under that lens that those were two trans people trying to come to terms with being trans, that movie is completely different.
Oh shit.
That movie is The Matrix is purely about identity and understanding who you are and coming to terms with it. It's a much better movie now that like their personal life has happened.
Lord, these journey movies.
I love them. That's why I love movies.
Well, the video that I watched, the with the Robin egg theories and everything, based their theory upon actual movies. Like they said that Inception is basically a movie about a movie.
Oh yeah, it is a movie about that's the any movie, every movie that's good or any story that's good is never about the thing that you're watching. It's always about something else. So like, because Tenet is also this. Both Tenet and Inception is like a movie about the movie making process. And weirdly enough, so is the movie Chef. Have you ever seen that?
Chef?
Yes, Jon Favreau.
No.
That movie's also about like the movie industry.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because it's weird. It's like we're about to start talking about Chef too. So it's like he's a chef that works at like a standard ass restaurant, and he's got to make like standard ass desserts like chocolate lava cakes, and like he doesn't want to do that. Like he's like, I'm a chef, I like to create, I like to do different things. Like a director likes to create more and likes to be original, but it's like, no, I want you to do the same thing, pump out the same stuff because people like it.
Okay.
Like if you think about it, that's Jon Favreau talking about this is like it's kind of him saying like this is my experience working for Disney and just like making Iron Man and making popcorn movies because that's what people like. I need to break away, do something small and independent that's my own. And that's literally what that movie is. It's a smaller independent movie that he made on his own that was more of his passion.
Oh shit.
It's great. It's great. I love that.
You just beat me to the punch with all these damn theories. I was just gonna mainly talk more about like the symbolism behind the movie itself. Just like
I mean, we're still talking.
Actual dream. Say what now?
I say we're still talking, and you know more about like actual dream stuff anyway.
I am the dream lady. I swear on everything.
All right.
The water, the use of the water is based upon is it Carl Jung's theory behind the subconscious. If you see water in your dream, you're probably going to be going underneath your surface part of it, as he uses the water to kind of kick him out of it, or to bring him back to a more surface level dream. The
that totally
chaos
supports my theory.
Say what now?
It totally supports my theory.
Jesus Christ.
Because in the beginning of the movie, he literally comes out of water. He washes ashore.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beginning. It's like at the beginning of the movie, it's the water. So from here on out, we're about to go deeper.
As I roll my eyes.
Thank you for supporting my theory with real information that I didn't even know. That's cool.
You know what?
What? That's just legitimately cool.
Which I did think that the funny part about the little surface stuff that kind of is like obvious but not too obvious, like the fact that the his wife's name is Mal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously Mal bad. She's like the antagonist of this film.
Mm-hmm.
What other things? Like I said, the fact that Ellen Page is constantly using questions as a dialogue instead of actual dialogue.
Which is the cool thing about like when it comes to movie making, because they were just able to dump like, this is what everything means in this movie in front of you without it seeming stupid, because like, oh, she's new to the world, so they have to tell her this stuff.
Like basically hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, because if any other movie just like said, okay, these are the rules, here are the rules, it'd be like, oh, this movie sucks, it's dumb.
You're like, why are we watching it then?
Exactly. But it's like they had to tell her the rules, and now we learn along the way.
And especially like with the maze design, you know, that definitely was a very interesting, which I can support your theory on that, because depression is definitely a fucking maze. Fuck you, but it is.
No, I'm saying thank you for you are supporting my theory. We are building a theory together.
But dreams themselves, I mean, there's all these different philosophies. Like, are we stuck in reality? But we're also, is this all a dream? It's just, honestly, if this is all a dream, then I need to wake up, because I'm sick of my reality.
Oh, the simulation of life, like the possibility that.
Yes.
And that's why I say this movie is a lot like Matrix, because of that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just been such a long time since I watched The Matrix. I hardly remember anything except red pill, blue pill.
Watch it again.
Like, I'm already like, man, it's fucking movie. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about, since I'm looking at the picture. Yes, the cinematography, like the way that they did the scene where she unfolded the city of Paris,
like the world.
Yes, holy shit.
and the dude who made Doctor Strange was like, that's dope, I'ma steal that. You know he did,
because I was just like, this is amazing. But you know, as I watched this whole thing, this is like my dreams. I was right at home while watching majority of this, because the layers and the the way things scope in my mind while I'm dreaming tend to do the same type of thing. So when they folded the city, I was like, oh, this is just like one of my dreams.
I am not as interesting of a dreamer as you are.
So if I could steal just a little bit of time here. So the podcast originally was about dreams. And I called it The Wonderful World of Dreams. And I talked about lucid dreams and learning how to control your dreams. And I talked about sleep paralysis and what else did I talk about? Oh, universal consciousness. We talked about that in school, and I actually connected with someone and had the same dream.
Elaborate on that.
So like, and I should have elaborated it on because he was one of the fuck boys. Maybe I'll
don't elaborate on it in that way.
No, not that way. No. But I'm just saying, just in general, we recognized each other in the dream. Like I ended up seeing like a certain part of a dream, and then I told this person about the dream, and they were like, were you wearing like something black and purple? I said, yeah, it was one of my black and purple outfits. Or whatever. He was like, and what was I wearing? And then I told him what he was wearing. I was like, oh shit, we recognized each other in our dreams. So there's the concept of universal consciousness. Oh, and before the whole thing happened with Blind Fuckboy, I saw the schematics of his apartment before I actually went there.
Yeah, you did say that, which is very strange.
Yeah, I had never been to this apartment at all, never seen it, because when we broke up, he had just moved to a new space. And I hadn't talked to him in almost a year, and then this year happened. And maybe like a few weeks ago. Yeah, this year happened. We're not going to go into that again. There's a whole podcast episode and everything for that.
Just a very funny phrase.
Yeah, this year happened. And a few weeks before that event took place, I had a dream. And that dream basically showed me the exact look of his apartment, down to like the color of the couch and everything. And then when I actually went to his place, it shocked the shit out of me because I was like, holy fucking shit, everything is here. So I've had psychic dreams, I've had premonitions, lucid dreams, all types of shit.
That look, lucid dreaming is a thing that I can't even. I have never been able to control a dream.
Oh, it's the funnest thing ever.
I bet it would be.
It's the funnest thing ever because I started it on, on how to wake myself up right before something scary happened. Like I saw something dark coming at me, and then I said, "Wake up!"
Why you gotta be scared of dark things? What's up with that?
Now you know.
Sounds a bit racist to me.
Now you know my love of dark skinned men. Don't try me. Don't try. But it was a dark figure coming straight at me, and I told myself to wake up, and I woke up.
Yeah, man, I need that. I can't do that, especially because like I told you, I have like sleep paralysis, and those dreams are so mundane. It just feels like it's the real world. So when I really feel like I can't move, it really messes with me.
The last time I had had sleep paralysis, it was after rewatching Bird Box.
Oh, awesome time to whoa!
I know, yeah. I could not get up for the life of me, and I felt like whatever they're looking at was trying to hold me down.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, with that, like I kept getting like I just felt like, you know, like the movie had like part of it being on the river.
Yes.
I felt like the water was coming on my chest.
So you felt like you were being like held down by rushing water?
Yeah.
That has to be the weirdest sensation. No, like that would. Oh. No,
And
thank
don't
you.
even get me started on my nightmares. Like, you think all this other stuff is weird. The nightmares are a biggie.
I'm glad I don't remember my dreams because I also don't remember my nightmares. Like,
well, what started it was in high school, and thanks to my teacher, Miss Dixon, she told us to keep a dream journal, and I kept it by my nightstand or whatever. And just like the first couple of weeks, I just, whatever I could remember, I just wrote it down. You know, if I just saw something like a lake or, you know, I don't know, maybe a small tree or something, like something that's just insignificant, but I'd write it down. Soon, within the next month or so after that, I just started getting more intricate dreams. So it went from just seeing landscapes to whole stories and you know, storylines.
oh, okay.
Quite like Inception.
And I'm telling you, and I think that's what that whole thing was. He's creating storylines in his head. I think he had to do the storyline thing to distract himself from the actual like therapy work that's being done, because then he would recognize it and then it wouldn't work properly.
So then what do you think the significance of the freight train was? Because the way that they described it, they said it was Maul trying to mess everything up.
And that could be true. And I think it could be true in a way that it's his I think it's like him fighting against, I think she represents the part of himself that wants to stay in his depression
I was
and
just about
not
to say that. I was
and
going to
not get
say,
help.
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's the imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm. And I think, and that's what I'm saying. That's why all those like main characters, they are all aspects of himself.
So then what does Ellen Page represent? She's the one that's, he's the therapist.
I think she's like a therapist. That's like, yeah, that's guiding him through this like dream therapy.
Okay.
But even though we see him go get her, I think she's the one actually guiding him through things.
Which makes sense because I get, you know, I may have made the decision to get therapy, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to guide myself through the whole thing of, you know, therapy itself.
And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what the movie is. Him seeking out proper help to get him through something.
Yeah, I think I can support your theory. Because like I said, I have a therapist. I sought out a therapist, but some aspects of therapy can be pretty hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Hey, look, don't be mad because I'm like kind of smart. I mean, it's okay.
I'm not trying to give you credit.
Clearly, it'd be your own
what
people.
You thought this was?
It'd be your own people. Don't even want to give a brother credit.
Like, what you think this was?
It's all right. You gonna learn. You gonna learn.
Whatever. Like I said, I could talk about dreams all fucking day. I love just diving into stuff because I have so much. Especially like What?
I think we might have to do this again and like rewatch Matrix beforehand
Okay.
because that would be some interesting mess right there.
And on that note, that's where we will leave you this week. Hopefully soon we'll get Miss TPrettyP back to talk about the Matrix. In the meantime, if you want to find her, you can go to romantically jinxed on all podcast platforms, or you can check her out on the Purple Vibe, her other podcast. Um, as always, you can catch me here on my YouTube channel, or you can find this episode is about on all major social media platforms and all podcast platforms. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the next one.